Hey, happy days. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, also known as Pajama Grandma. Let's talk about the expression, put all your eggs in one basket. Putting all your eggs in one basket. Eggs in one basket. That expression's been around since about the 1600s, when people, ladies or men, would go out and collect eggs from the chicken house. They'd put them all in a basket, and heaven forbid, should they trip and fall on a rock on the way in the house or in the way to market, they would drop the basket and all the eggs would crack. It soon became synonymous with putting all of our resources, all of our thoughts, all of our energy behind one idea or one thing, and it was like a warning that you shouldn't do that. But the truth is, and the rub is, in this day and age of so much information, so many people going after the same thing, doing the same thing, trying to accomplish the similar things, that if you don't specialize, if you don't focus, if you don't go all in on your thing, the thing that you're awesome at, your superpower, your chance of succeeding is actually less than if you did put all your eggs in one basket. If you focus, if you go all in, at least initially, your chances of success are much greater than the risk associated with putting all of your eggs in one basket. I've seen one of the biggest mistakes the people that I work with and the people that I coach and me personally have done in the past is to diversify too soon. Try to do too many things, be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Try to have a little foothold in a bunch of different things without paying enough attention to making sure that that thing was mature enough and stable enough to continue itself. So when we start a business, and I spent 35 years building a food business, and about a few years into it, 10 years into it, I would say we had all the systems and the procedures in place so that it could grow and perpetuate and continue on its own, whether I was there or not. And it's a good thing, because I had a sudden cardiac arrest and I couldn't be there for about a year, yet that business continued to grow and thrive. We need to have that kind of focus. We need to put all of our eggs in one basket to get the systems in place, to get the thing that we're doing working smoothly. And when that happens, when we've delegated the pieces we can delegate, then we can go on to diversify and do the next thing or do another version of that same thing. It's why franchising or opening different branch offices is so successful in many businesses, and it's a great way to grow and supersize your business, because you prove that the systems work in one location, and then all you do is take the show on the road and take it to another location. The second business that you start is always like 5 times faster than the first one. The one after that is even faster. Things become simpler and easier after you've done it. The hardest $1 million you make is that first million, and the next one becomes easier and easier and easier and easier. And people don't believe it until they've actually done it. The same is true of anything. The first relationship you have, the first time you fall in love, it is the hardest. Not always the worst, but the hardest. And then after that, relationships become easier and easier and easier. Remember that first friend you made? That first friendship was the hardest. And after that, becoming friends, making friends became something that was natural to you. And the same is true in our relationships, in our life, and everything. I love the one thing philosophy now, because I always had a hard time deciding and focusing on what is it that I'm interested in? What am I here for? And because I have a lot of different diverse interests, and I thought, if I pick one, then I'm leaving all the others behind. But what I was really doing is never picking one, kind of half-assing everything and not really focusing in on the one thing. And one of my coaching students actually taught me about The One Thing by Gary Keller. And Tim Ferriss talks about it too, the big domino, and so does Russell Brunson, the big domino, where if you find the one thing that you do, and you do that one thing, it makes a whole lot of other things on your 400 item to-do list irrelevant. They all fall into place. You knock down that one big idea, that one big domino, and all the other dominoes, or a whole bunch of them, fall down. It makes your life and your job a whole lot easier. So I switched to that a couple of years ago. I started going from my 400 item to-do list to every day I had one main thing. And sometimes I would have one main thing in a couple different aspects of my life. Maybe I had one main health thing, and one main business thing, and one main personal relationship thing that I had to do each day. And that would be 3 things, but really only one, because I would set one as the priority. And once I switched to that, my 400 item to-do list soon became about 50, and then it was 20, and then I switched to just doing the one thing. And my stress level went down from about a 200 to a 2 because I was able to just do that one thing. And when I accomplished that, I felt so much better that I could do about 5 or 6 more things or 10 more things in that day. And I felt good because no matter how much I got done, I had accomplished the one main thing I had set for myself. So I already had success. And I didn't feel like I was running through my life trying to always catch up, because I knew that in the back of my mind I always had this 400 item to-do list that was never getting done. So there's a lot of places where we should put all of our eggs in one basket, which we should focus on the one thing, where we should go all in until it's time to expand and grow and supersize and diversify. And you'll know when that time is. That's it. Go out, make it an awesome day. Share in the comments below. Are you a put all your eggs in one basket kind of person, or are you in the diversification stage of your life? Love to know. Share it below, and I will, of course, speak to you tomorrow.